So, you relapsed. You had some days clean from gambling and then something happened and you went back to the bet. Well, in my view, you have two options now. Option number one is to keep gambling. You head back down that same path you found yourself on before. You know what that path holds. And option number two is to give your recovery process another chance. Today, we're going to be revisiting a crucial topic: what to do if you experience a relapse. I understand that setbacks can be disheartening, but it's essential to not let a bad week turn into a bad month, because that's what I did for so long, and I regret that most of all. I used to say that when it rained, it poured, and that one bad event would be the cause of a period of suffering. What a terrible mindset to have. In this video, I'll provide you with a guidebook for handling relapses so that you don't have to think that way anymore, and you can get back on track to live a happier and healthier life without the chaos of gambling. Before we begin, let's acknowledge that relapses are unfortunately a common part of the recovery journey, regardless of the addiction that you're facing. Around 90% of the people going through gambling addiction recovery will have a relapse along the way. I had one back on November 12th. It's crucial to approach relapses with understanding, self-compassion, and the determination to learn from them, or you'll have gone through all that suffering for no reason. The very first step in dealing with a relapse is to practice acceptance and self-compassion. You need to recognize that setbacks happen, and it's okay to stumble along the way. Beating yourself up over a relapse will only hinder your progress. Instead, offer yourself kindness and understanding, acknowledging that recovery is a process filled with ups and downs. After a relapse, take some time to reflect on the triggers and circumstances that led to it. I went back to the bet because I had not properly self-excluded in the state of Pennsylvania after just moving there from New Jersey. And on a day where my willpower was seemingly low, I found myself in a casino on my third cash advance of the day, stressed out and unhappy. Identify the factors that contributed to the setback, such as stress, boredom, emotional distress, financial distress, whatever it might have been, and figure out what brought you back to that bet. By understanding these triggers, you can better prepare for future challenges, and you can develop effective coping mechanisms to avoid similar situations. Don't face a relapse alone. Reach out for support from your trusted friends, family, or support groups. Share your experiences, express your feelings, and seek guidance from those who understand and can offer non-judgmental support. Remember, you're not in this journey alone, and seeking help is a sign of strength, not weakness. If you are a support person and you want to learn how to best support your loved one's recovery journey, check out this video that I'm linking above after this video is finished. When you experience a relapse, it's essential to revisit the recovery tools and strategies that helped you in the past. Whether it's therapy, counseling, journaling, meditation, or exercise, reconnecting with these practices can provide stability and renewed focus. These tools are designed to support your recovery and can help you to regain control. In the days leading up to the relapse, were you skipping out on a support group meeting? Were you neglecting a certain part of your recovery process? Being honest with yourself will help you understand what went wrong so that you can address it and make sure that it doesn't go wrong the next time. A relapse offers an opportunity to reevaluate and adjust your recovery strategy. Consider the areas where you might need additional support or need to modify your approach. This could involve seeking professional help, redefining your goals, or even developing a whole new coping mechanism strategy. Be open to change and be willing to adapt your strategy if you need to. If you relapse, that means something wasn't working. Accept that. Once you figure out what it was, it becomes easier to make the changes that you need to make. It's also crucial to reset your mindset after a relapse. Shift your focus from the setback to the progress that you made so far. Remind yourself of your commitment to your recovery and the lessons that you've learned along the way. Embrace the mindset of resilience and perseverance, knowing that setbacks are temporary obstacles on your journey to lasting change. If you go 9 months and then you have a relapse like I did, remember that you had 276 good days and one bad one. Don't dwell on the bad one after you've learned from it. Move on and have some more good days. I need to emphasize that a relapse does not define your recovery. It's merely a detour on the path heading to healing. Had I dwelled on my relapse, I would have continued to gamble for weeks after that day in November. That could have led to much more serious consequences than the already serious consequences that I caused. I had gambled enough that I ended up with 5.5 months worth of debt, working double shifts as a bartender and a financial analyst. It was not a good life to be living, but imagine that I kept going for weeks after that. That could have turned into a year's worth of work or even more. There's not a point in continuing to do bad actions when you know that they're bad, just because it's your habit or it's your status quo. So the number one thing that you can be doing after a relapse is looking to change, looking to grow, and looking to learn from what you've just experienced. Don't keep dwelling on the negatives because they're going to make you depressed, but make sure that you're using the negatives to create some positive experiences in the future. When I create content like this, I have to reflect on all the negative things that have happened in my life, but there's a certain powerful aspect to that because I get to remember all the reasons I don't go and gamble anymore. That's powerful for me. And it's not something that you need to do, but what you need to do is reflect on your own or with a support group or a few friends about what's gone wrong in gambling so that you don't keep going back to it. And if you are in the midst of a relapse, look around. Are you any happier than you were before you went back? Is anything different? I think it's probably worse, if we're going to be honest. There's no reason to go back to something that's bringing you pain, guys. Don't keep living a shell of the life that you could live. Get out there, make a change, and live a happier and healthier life. The only way to do that is by putting in the effort. I can't change you. You have to change you. If you're watching this video, there's a very decent chance that you're a gambling addict or you know one. I hope that this video reaches the right audience and that you get the help that you need today. Find a support group near you and download this PDF that's down in the profile. It has all the resources that I'm aware of in your country to help you recover from a gambling addiction today. By practicing self-compassion, seeking support, reflecting, and adjusting your strategy, you can navigate through the challenges that are coming your way and continue to move forward. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with anyone out there that you think might benefit from hearing it. If you want to support this channel, the number one thing that you can do is to smash that subscribe button and join our community. Don't let a bad day become a bad week. Don't let a bad week become a bad month. And don't let a bad month become a bad year. Let's keep getting better together, one day at a time.